So as you can see, we have muscle in the blue, tendon in the red. At month 0, muscle already has a head start. So by the time we hit month 5, muscle's already at 0.5, while tendon is at 0.3, right? Month 10, pretty much the same thing. Tendon is at 0.5, muscle is at 0.75. On the month 15, this is when muscle starts to slow down. You can see that it already started to slow down back here at around month 5, but now over here around month 15, about a year and a half, a year and a quarter in, this is when most people start to plateau with their muscle. This is probably when injuries start to happen. It hasn't seen a huge increase in the last 5 months. Muscle went from 0.75 to 0.81, 0.815. Not much of an increase in 5 months of your time, right? Literally 5 months. Whereas tendon strength, even though it's slower, it keeps climbing. It's very consistent. At 15 months, we are at 0.65, about, I'd say 0.65, maybe a little more. And then at month 20, as you can see, this gray line right here shows that muscle has completely stopped, or maybe you have a little bit more progress left for a month or 2, maybe a month and a half, but it is literally completely stopped. This is where you plateau. I'm not gaining muscle. Why am I not gaining muscle? Like, this is where beginner gains stop and intermediate gains start to come and go, but they've also stopped if you're consistent, you're knowledgeable with your diet and everything. So, but once again, tendon strength strikes back. Tendon strength always wins. We are at we're at 0.8 by month 20. And then something interesting happens. By month 23 and a half, both collide. And mind you, let me see where this is at. Muscle completely plateaued around month 15. So that means month 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's literally almost a year of barely any muscle growth. While in that year, tendon strength just kept climbing, and eventually it overlaps with the muscle. It renders the muscle, I wouldn't say absolutely useless, but this is the point right here where muscle is pretty much useless in the big picture, in the big scheme of things. And as we could see from here, month 25 and on, tendon strength continues to skyrocket. Obviously, there's a inverted U curve where the tendon strength would keep going, then eventually come back down or plateau. But it is significantly easier to load the tendon than it is the muscle. But this is exactly why my strength doesn't match my size. Not that I'm small, but I'm not puffy, I'm not super big, I don't have a lot of fat, and yeah, I'm able to do 45-pound lateral raises. Yeah, I'm able to almost do 70-pound strict hammer curls. I'm able to do explosive pull-ups at 216 pounds body weight. I mean, this is why, guys, this is why. It's not because I'm super strong or like I'm a genetic freak or anything. It's because my tendons and my bones can handle the impact of being a heavyweight, and they can act in a way as such that I am not 216 pounds body weight, that I am 195 pounds body weight. And that extra 20 pound strength gap between my actual weight and my actual strength, in other words, pound for pound strength, makes a huge difference in my ability to perform at a heavyweight. And being heavyweight, why heavyweight, Jaden? Well, because being heavyweight makes you stronger by default. It makes you more powerful. I have more horsepower. But I've said this analogy many times. It's not about how you look, it's about how the engine performs. You can have a sports car and it can look good, but if the engine underneath is shit, and if everything that's underneath the hood runs like shit, well then your sports car is pretty useless, right? And that's how most people train. They train to look good, but they don't train for the performance factor. They get winded when they go on jogs. Their muscles can't handle heavy weight without momentum and body English because their grip strength sucks. They use straps because their grip strength sucks, and say that it trains bigger muscles. But guys, it's like all fucking, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. And I'll continue to debunk these things as I continue to show through physical proof and logical proof, as well as informational proof, that what I'm saying isn't BS. And you guys should really transition from muscle first to tendon first, because either way you're going to get muscle. I've had plenty of people ask me if I'm on steroids from my arms. I've had plenty of people tell me how impressive my shoulder insertions are, the fact that I have abs at 216 pounds. Just get with the program. And some of you guys are already on the program. Some of you guys are already doing extremely well tendon strength wise. I see your comments, and you guys are saying, oh, this is gold, or like just stuff that reinforces that what I'm saying you guys already understand, and you guys know who you are. And I'm not talking to you guys, I'm talking to the people in the comments that pretty much go against everything I say, but you know, only time will prove them wrong, right? This takes a really long time, guys, but it's worth it. I mean, 20 months, from 0 to 20 months. That's almost 2 years. That's a long time. It's really consistent. I'd say I'm approaching 15 months. So I'm about here, which makes a lot of sense. My muscle growth is kind of stopping. Like maybe I'll get some more muscle density here and there from just like the hypertrophy, because my tendons can't handle high volume for high load now. But yeah, give it a few more months. You guys are gonna think that I took steroids, but in all reality, my tendon growth just finally started to adapt. And yeah, in a few months, you guys are gonna be like, guys, he's juicing, he's taking SARMs. Like, no, it's just the tendon strength finally catching up, and now I can move heavier weight for higher reps, which is gonna give me more hypertrophy, which is gonna make me more dense. Because remember, heavyweight hypertrophy is different than lightweight hypertrophy. Lightweight hypertrophy, your body adapts with puffy muscle. It retains more water in the muscle, so it makes you look bigger, but less like a gymnast and more like just like maybe a stage performer, stage bodybuilder. Whereas heavyweight reacts to the muscle where it becomes denser. It's more compact. Dense muscle it's just more strength in one motor unit, and puffy muscle is less strength spread across a bunch of motor units, right? Okay, I'm done talking. I can go over that in another video, but I hope the graph helped you guys out. All right, later guys.